Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. 146th post here. I'm choosing to talk about this past year's Belmont Stakes. It was the 146th, and I have a funny story from this that I want to share with you. So, before this race, I had been studying this numerology, this gematria, and my understanding then, when this race happened, it was pretty deep, but it wasn't what it is now. But I was starting to make a lot of connections with sports. And leading up to this race, I was almost 100% certain the horse Tonalist was going to win, and I'd been telling my girlfriend about it, and I was thinking about making a bet, and she asked me not to bet. I don't normally gamble. It would be out of nature for me to bet. But anyway, before the race that day, I went to her and I said, I have something to confess to you. I bet a lot of money on this race. And she said, oh my goodness, how much did you bet? And I said, all right, don't get upset. I bet a lot, but it's just because I know we're going to win, so we're going to be rich. And she said, oh my goodness, how much did you bet? And I said to her, I bet $40,000. And she believed that number because it's kind of what we had saved up. But she instantly just started to bawl. She started to cry. And I felt really bad. So the joke didn't last very long. But then once the horse race happened, her mood changed and she'd wished I'd bet on the race. So let's get into it. The horse, I was correct about which horse was going to win the race. And I'll tell you how I figured it out. So it was the 146th Belmont Stakes. The numerology of 146 is 1 plus 4 plus 6 equals 11. If you don't watch horse racing, there's 11 horses on the track. Like 11 football players, 11 soccer players, 11 cricket players. Okay, Tonalist, the horse that I thought was going to win, was running in the 11th gate. The thing about Tonalist was that out of the 11 horses out there, the only horse that had a numerology of 11 was Tonalist. And I noticed that before I saw it was running in the 11th gate. So I said, look at that, all the 11s stacking. But there was more. It was the only horse that had an owner with a 33 name. And I didn't write his name up there, you guys, but his name was Robert Evans. Robert is 33. Evans is 16, so 33 plus 16. His full name was 49, which has a lot to do with money. Plus he had the 33 name. The only horse that had a 33 owner was Tonalist. And only two horses had trainers, jockeys with 33 names. They were Tonalist and California Chrome, CC. California Chrome had won the two prior races and was the favorite for this race. And if you go read my blog, I did tons of posts on this at the time because I found so much information to support my theory. There was, across all media, there were all these articles generated by people with different 33 names, author names that all summed to 33. They were all essentially saying the same thing, that California Chrome was a sure bet to win this race. That was the thinking at the time. California Chrome was the favorite for the Triple Crown. So anyway, when we went to watch the race, if you've never watched horse racing before it starts, the horses come up here, and when they get in this thing, it's called gating. The word gate has a gematria of 33. A tell sometimes that a horse might be in really good shape for the race is if it's the last to gate. That means the last to get set in the block before they go. And in this case, Tonalist was the last horse to gate, and I just found this video on YouTube. I wish I had the actual footage to show you guys because it was longer. Tonalist was back here walking in circles while all the other horses were gated. Then it came in, race started, and guess which horse won? I mean, it's just so obvious you can see what's going on. My guess is Tonalist was jacked up on drugs or steroids. So we'll watch that in a second. But also check this out. It made me, at the time, go back and look into the history of thoroughbred horse racing. The all-time most winning family is the Whitney family, established by C.V. Whitney. C is the third letter. V is the 22nd. So that acronym is 322, like Yale, Skull and Bones. The name Whitney sums to 41. If you add 41 plus 22 plus 3, it sums to 66. Also, 41 is like the acronym USA, the word king, the word lock, the word key, even words like fun. He owns Mary Lou Stables. Mary Lou is a 33 word. Of course, if you write out the word 33 in Summit, it sums to 66, like his name. One of the most recent Triple Crown winners, just an example, is Seattle Slew. I use them because he's from up here. I'm from around Seattle. 33 name. Anyway, let's just watch this race. It looks kind of blurry, but we'll see how Tonalist is the last to gate, and and he was the one to go on to win. So he just came in right there. It's blurry. I don't exactly know if there's any point in watching this. It's a little bit blurry, but it's a horse race. It won't last long. If you've never seen a horse race before, this can be your first one. If you want to make some money, you can apply these principles, because I'm telling you, there's a history of this stuff, from horse racing to baseball to football. All of it. Basketball. Pretty sure the fix is in for this year's NBA Finals. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Blazers and Cavs. Cleveland versus Portland. Ohio versus Oregon. If you haven't seen my Super Bowl pick, I made that after week 3. Lions, Colts. I said that after week 3. It's looking pretty favorable after week 9. Isn't it crazy how these events have come to be so big and people just love doing this stuff? I don't get it, Truth Seekers. I feel bad for those horses, honestly. Uh-oh, the cameraman must be getting excited. Yeah, so there it was, True Seekers. That's what a horse race looks like. Just a few minutes and all that money. And yeah, it's all rigged. And also think about that. The horse's name summed to 110. It had that 11 association. This year we had the 110th World Series. We're also going to have the 49th Super Bowl. The owner's name summed to 49. There might even be more connections than I realized. I certainly wasn't thinking of that at the time. I just put the math together to see who was going to win that particular race. And in hindsight, I wish I had bet 40,000 because I'd be well off for it. All right, until next time, True Seekers.